Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I want to appreciate you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing to this channel if you have not subscribed to. Now, William Samoei Ruto is among those officials that has been ordered and also requested, or rather appointed, to participate bringing order in Sudan. As you know that fighting between Sudan military rivals entered a second day with dozen dead. Why is it that William Ruto must be a worried man as a president in the Republic of Kenya as a military coup is being noticed in Sudan? As you know, the fight across Sudan entered a second day as months of tension between a paramilitary group and the country's army erupted into violence. I know some people are asking themselves, this fight involves two kinds of groups, a paramilitary group and the country's army. So I want you to understand the difference between a paramilitary group and a military, or rather a military of a country. A paramilitary force is a group of civilians organized in a military fashion, especially to operate in a place of assist regular army troops. But the army of a country is different from a paramilitary group. These are a simple way of civilian organized group to assist the army or military of a country. And that is why they're being called a paramilitary group. So whatever is happening in Sudan is a paramilitary group fighting a military of a country. So that is whatever is happening. So when this kind of fight is being spotted in Sudan, then there is a highly possible that William Ruto must question his competency towards on how he is handling a military of a country. Because I remember last week, if I'm not wrong, it was Saturday, ex-military came out supporting Raila Amolo Odinga. Ex-military group. Remember, they are ex-military group. Came out having a press conference. And this press conference was, they came out rejecting William Ruto's bipartisan kind of dialogue. They came out supporting Raila, telling Raila Odinga not to accept a kind of brainwash, blackmail, and frustration of William Ruto through a bipartisan kind of dialogue through parliament, which according to this kind of, let me call them a paramilitary kind of organized, because they are now civilian, they are retired armed forces, they are not in the government, but there is a possibility of kind of character, whatever is happening in Sudan, likely to happen, but I know will not happen. But William Ruto must be worried, because if a kind of ex-militaries or armed forces are coming out to reject a kind of current president, it is something that is happening in Sudan, where a paramilitary is fighting armed forces. And by the way, even despite of William Ruto being part and parcel of the team that has been requested by IGAD to go and intervene on behalf of the Sudanese, as people are being killed, civilians are being killed because of the fight of the major groups, paramilitary group and the military itself of a country. That is whatever is happening. So the story is, when you look at whatever happened with the ex-soldiers or armies of Kenya coming out to reject William Ruto's kind of bipartisan dialogue through the parliament, This created a certain conversation in social media, and I saw someone coming out to write a story where there is a possibility of military coup in the Republic of Kenya. It is not our prayer that our country to have a military coup, because it is a dangerous kind of war that you can never even believe, or you can even not live to see with your two eyes. So it is not our prayer that this thing to happen, but we are kind of trying to put information out there that even despite of William Ruto, now the president, as the way those people declared him, the way they knew, the way a kind of process they installed this man, I want to say that he must come out to be cautious. He must be very careful, because in any case, a military will come out to start fighting a certain group, organizing themselves in a military fashion, or rather the ex-armies coming out to reject a kind of leadership of a country, then there is the possibility of kind of thing that might happen. Number two, William Ruto must come out to learn situations and also things that are happening in Sudan. Let him not just go there as a person to bring peace or to be part and parcel of dialogue between those two groups, but again he must come out to identify, to learn certain lessons and tricks on how he's going to handle. Akienda na kierere zake and things is happening the way it is in Sudan, the way I saw some part of police officers, a kind during the demonstration, when Azimio team was passing certain police stations, they were not being tear gassed. But in certain police stations, they were being tear gassed. It's showing a certain kind of direction that police officers are taking, and also the military. That now we are comfortable, we are comfortable with Raila Odinga when it comes to these issues that he is addressing. But others are coming out to say that we are not comfortable with William Ruto. Can you see a kind, some are saying that they are comfortable with William Ruto. Can you see a kind of vuta nikuvute? It is something that is possible if a president and his team is not very cautious. When you look at the Kenya Defense Force Minister, Aden Duale, and the Cabinet Minister of Interior Security, and when you look at the IG of the police officer across the Republic of Kenya, you will see the kind of way of conversation between them is putting us on, or we are having a lot of worries. Why? Because Aden Duale, who is the defense minister, will come out to say whatever he believes it is right. The same to IG, the Inspector General of Police, Japhet Koome, will come out to say whatever he believes in. The same to Kindiki Kithure, he will say whatever he believes in. In fact, when you look at the function and the cooperation work between Japhet Koome and Kindiki Kithure, they must have a close cooperation work between them. That is whatever must happen. Because Japhet Koome is the boss of police. The same to cabinet minister. He's having certain duties and roles. But when you look also, Rigathi Gachagua is having his issues towards whatever he called command that coming from the above. So Rigathi Gachagua believes that he is now the boss that commands about the police. The same, William Ruto controls like defense. So it's like Rigathi Gachagua is being given police, William Ruto is remaining with the defense. At the same time, Kindiki Kithure is being sabotaged. Some roles are being snatched from his ministry given to Rigathi Gachagua. So that is whatever is happening. So if William Ruto will not come out very clean and clear on how he's going to cope up with this a kind of situation, then mark my words, things might not be favorable. Things might not be favorable. Because when you look at even Sudan, people are asking themselves, ni nini kinaendelea? What is happening there? But again, you must understand that things might not as favorable as those who are going to be advocating for peace, as themselves, as the leaders of their different countries, they will not learn lessons and put their house in order. This comes after also yesterday, Mwangi wa area came out to say that we are ready to have our country. That's the kind of things that might bring certain kind of issues like a coup or anarchy, where now we want our country. You be with your country. The way I saw a map, blue is for Azimio and is being called Republic of Kenya. But other side that has been painted yellow is UDA Limited Company. So they have their country, Azimio to have their country blue. So that is a kind of coup that we are talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, I want to appreciate you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video.